expansion valves are found on just about every coil in an air conditioner or heat pump setting. The purpose of a TXV is to properly meter the refrigerant into the evaporator coil to make sure that we have the sufficient amount of refrigerant in the coil to do the work of refrigeration. This is also based on the pressure from the bulb at the exit of the coil to make sure that we maintain the proper superheat through the coil. Also note that most TXVs have some type of strainer on the inlet to prevent debris from building up in the TXV that could cause a restriction. So the function of a TEV, thermal expansion valve, or it could also be called a constant superheat valve, is to keep the evaporator coil as completely refrigerated as possible under continually changing load conditions. So the TXV is to maintain the superheat at the outlet of the evaporator coil. The purpose of the TXV is to meter the correct amount of refrigerant into the evaporator coil and maintain the correct superheat in the coil under constantly changing conditions. Some of the problems we see with TXVs are a TXV that is stuck closed and is not allowing refrigerant to pass. This could be a mechanical issue or debris causing a restriction in the valve. You may also find a valve that is stuck open and delivering too much refrigerant into the coil, causing a very low superheat. You may also find a TXV bulb that has lost its charge, causing these issues. If you have high superheat and suspect the TXV is not opening and supplying the correct amount of refrigerant to the coil, by putting the bulb in your hand to warm it up should cause the TXV to open up, supplying more refrigerant to the coil. If you have low superheat and suspect the TXV is wide open or metering too much refrigerant into the coil, by putting the bulb in cold water will cause the TXV to shut down so that it is not oversupplying the coil. In tech support, we have been seeing quite a few TXVs that are either stuck open or closed. Many of these valves have been resolved by exercising the TXV. By placing the bulb in hot water and then into cold water, this caused the TXV to open and close. And by doing this for multiple times, the tech is able to get the valve working and metering correctly. I know a lot of you get tired of hearing about airflow, but when we are diagnosing a refrigerant side issue, airflow is something that you have to make sure is in place. In a lot of the existing ductwork that's in the field today, we find a lot of turbulence, which is going to cause problems on your evaporator coil and the sensing bulb of the TXV. So whenever diagnosing a refrigerant side problem, make sure that you have the proper airflow and you have a duct system that has very little to none of turbulence that would cause an issue with the airflow.
Go to arefco.com for more videos, like, subscribe, and check back every week for new videos.